Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mesya Cikrakanegara. So today I will explain about classroom management. Without further ado, let's begin. So this is the outline: teaching tolerance, helping students and handle anger, frustration, and aggression. And the third is disruptive behavior, and the fourth is solving problems. Teaching tolerance. Fostering tolerance in the classroom means building an atmosphere where every student, regardless of race, religion, background, or belief, is accepted and respected. This doesn't happen by accident. It requires intentional action by the teacher, including integrating multicultural content, modeling respectful communication, and providing opportunities for students to share and learn from each other's perspective. Tolerance is not just a passive attitude, it is a skill we teach through classroom culture. Teachers can include stories from various cultures, use group work to encourage cooperation and encourage dialogue on real-world issues. When students feel seen and accepted, their academic engagement increases and conflicts decreases. Okay, next. Helping students handle anger, frustration, and aggression. Students often come to school with emotional burdens. They may not have the tools to express their anger or frustration constructively, which can lead to aggression or withdrawal. Teachers play a crucial role in helping students recognize, name, and regulate their emotions. This can be achieved through consistent routines, emotional literacy activities, and non-punitive conflict resolution practice. Instead of immediately punishing misbehavior, teachers can offer tools for emotional expressions like journaling, classroom countdown corner, or peer support system. Role modeling calmness in stressful moments also teaches students how to handle their own frustration in a healthy way. The goal is not to suppress emotion, but to teach emotional intelligence and resilience. Disruptive behavior. Disruptive behavior can take many forms, from talking out of turn to intentionally distracting others. If left unaddressed, this action can affect the entire class ability to learn. Effective classroom management begins with clear expectations and consistent routines. Students should understand not only what behavior are unacceptable, but why those behaviors harm the learning environment. So the managing disruption doesn't mean eliminating noise. It means channeling students' energy productively. Teachers can reduce disruptions through proactive techniques like positive reinforcement, student-centered activities, and meaningful consequences involving students in rule-making, and can also increase their sense of responsibility. It's important to act consistently while showing empathy towards students' personal challenge. So this is the problem of Alex and also Miss Johnson. My answer is to address this. Miss Johnson should consider developing a behavior intervention plan BIP specifically tailored for Alex. This plan should identify his behavioral triggers, outline clear behavioral goals, and include monitoring systems She can also hold restorative conversation with Alex, helping him reflect on how his actions affect others. Furthermore, assigning Alex a mentor, a counselor, or teacher he trusts can provide additional support outside class time. This multi-layered approach combines structure with emotional understanding, which is more likely to create long-term environment. So this is problem two from Miss Smith, Mr. Smith, and also his class. So the response is Mr. Smith can adopt a variety of attention focusing techniques. First, he might redesign his lesson to include interactive elements like gamified learning, group discussion, or short learning competitions. Second, he should establish clear routines such as time tasks and traditional cues, which help students know exactly what to expect. Third, he can implement strategies like random calling, where students are chosen unexpectedly to answer to or contribute, keeping everyone alert. To reduce phone usage, Mr. Smith can also introduce a phone storage station at the beginning of the class. This small shift can foster better attention and a longer sense of accountability. Problem 3 from Miss Brown and the class student named Jack. Miss Brown should begin by setting up a behavior contract with Jake. This contract should clearly define acceptable behavior and the consequences for breaking it, and it should be concrete with Jake's input to foster ownership. Additionally, she should initiate regular one-on-one check-ins to build a rapport and identify any underlying issues. To reduce opportunities for disruptions, she might sit Jake in a location that limits per interactions and give him specific tasks or responsibilities to keep him engaged. Over time, these personalized strategies can reduce disruptive tendencies and guide Jake toward more constructive participation. So this is my reference. Okay, thank you for watching and listening. Well, that's all from me. Bye bye.